Hey everybody, welcome to week 2 of our holiday survival challenge. And whether your goal is to lose weight during these holidays or to maintain, I'm here to help you. We want you not just to survive the holidays, but I want you to thrive. I'm Jennifer Seven. I'm the owner of Seven Company Weight Loss and Wellness Center, in case you don't know me. I have been helping people for the last 10 years to lose weight, to maintain their weight, and to live a healthy lifestyle. And I've helped put thousands of people through the holidays. I have been a successful maintainer myself for the last 10 years, and sometimes better than others. So I'm here to help you and give you my best tips. Today we're going to talk about social occasions. This is the most edible time of the year. There are many social occasions that come up, anywhere from holiday parties to cookie swaps to girls' nights out, ornament exchanges, you name it, it's probably going on. And we need to figure out how we're going to navigate through it. Last week, we talked about picking your approach. We talked about the iron will approach. We talked about the one day, one pass approach. And we talked about the hog wild approach. And I'm hoping no one on this call today is on the hog wild approach. So we have our approach, and now we know that we need to make a plan. The best way to succeed during this season is to have a plan and to stick with it. If we don't have a plan, then we go into situations and we easily can fall back into old patterns and old habits. So let's talk about how we can have a plan. We know it's tough when you're trying to lose weight, you're out in social situations, and there's a lot of people, you might want to call them food pushers. They're like, oh, just have a bite. Oh, just have a drink. You can have this. It's just one day. It's just one event. It's okay. And it's not okay. And they're really sabotaging you. So you have to be prepared as to what you're going to do in that situation, how you're going to respond, and how you're going to get through that. When people are together, there's usually an overabundance of food and drink. And so you have to be prepared. Many people think that being a good host or hostess means persuading their guests to eat and drink. And family members are really big on this as well, because to them, to a lot of family members, food means love. And if a family members have made a special dish for you, your favorite lasagna or your favorite chocolate cake, you might feel that it's rude to say no because they're doing that out of love. So we're going to talk about how to handle some of these situations. It can be really challenging. So we have to have some strategies. We have to have written some things down. We have to find our voice and our words, and we might have to practice ahead of time. There's always a way to deal with these situations and not interfere with your efforts to lose weight. You can even enjoy the social situation without having to eat or drink in a way that's going to sabotage or mess up your plan. A big hint, helpful hint or tip is, if you're comfortable, try to be open with your hosts, especially as we're going into Thanksgiving and the holidays. It's so helpful if you can talk to them ahead of time, if you can share with them. And I wouldn't say that you need to tell anyone that you're on a diet per se, but how about saying you're on a medically prescribed weight loss protocol or a supervised protocol for your health, and you can tell them, I'm doing really well, and can I count on your support? Can you help me? And I think most people want to help. They want to be supportive. But if they don't know, then they're going to fall back into food is love, and you need to eat. I'm not a good hostess if you're not eating or drinking. So if you can have the courage to let them know ahead of time, and as I mentioned before, it's not always easy to have your words, say your words. So try writing it down and practice with your coach. Remember, we talked about how much more successful people are when they have a coach or an accountability buddy. So write down your words, write down what you're going to say, practice it with that person. It really, truly helps. If you don't have anyone that you can practice it with, look in the mirror and tell it to yourself. So try to be open. You're not trying to be antisocial. As I said before, most people are going to be cooperative. They're going to respect your efforts to improve your health. Now, some other strategies and tips is to take your own drinks to the function. And this could be a sparkling water. It could be some of your protein drinks. You could have like the flavored bubbly water. You put a little slice of lemon or lime in it, and no one need know that that's not an alcoholic drink. The protein products that we have with Ideal Protein, we have a pina colada drink, we have an orange drink, we have cranberry blueberry drink, we have a peach mango drink. So any of those combined with a bubbly water can look like a nice fizzy drink and taste delicious. No carbs or very low carbs, not going to mess you up on your weight loss program, and you're not going to feel like people are looking at you like, why aren't you drinking? What you want to be careful of in your waters is you want to get, if you're going to buy a bubbly water, you want to make sure it doesn't have any sodium in it, and you want to avoid waters that have phosphoric acid. So look for a sparkling water. I think Pellegrino is a good choice. No sodium and no phosphoric acid. There's a lot of them out there. You just have to read the labels. So get yourself some of that. Let's talk just for a moment about alcohol. This is quite the bubbly season, and I want to let you know that next week I'm going to be doing a little holiday drink Facebook Live to show you some yummy, very pretty, very fun drinks that you can make using our Ideal Protein products or whatever protein products that you choose to use, so that you can feel, again, festive, part of the season, but not hurting your program, hurting your goals, hurting your approach. So back to alcohol for just a moment. First off, the body perceives alcohol as a toxin. So when you drink alcohol, the first thing that the body has to do, the liver, it has to detoxify and handle that alcohol. So while it's doing that, it's stepping away from helping you lose weight. So it's going to slow your weight loss down. And then because of the way a ketogenic program works, when it hits your body, it can cause you to become hypoglycemic and have a rapid drop in blood sugar, which could make you theoretically pass out. It also could make you blow a breathalyzer. So it really can affect you. A little bit of alcohol can really hit you hard when you haven't been drinking it and when you are in ketosis. So be very, very careful. If your one day, one pass plan is going to be to drink a glass of wine or to have some alcohol, I suggest that you talk to your coach and you really make a very thoughtful choice about it. I would rather you didn't, but if that is going to be your indulgence, I want to make sure you're drinking a lot of water that day, and I want you also to have had a little bit of carbohydrate that day, because otherwise it's really going to hit you like a ton of bricks, okay? And then the other thing we have to remember about alcohol is that alcohol does lower your inhibitions. And so if we're drinking alcohol, we are going to be much more tempted to eat something that we shouldn't be eating if we're trying to lose weight and even maintain weight. So again, the indulgence part, you have to be careful, because before you know it, you've had the wine, then you're like, what the heck, I'm going to have that yummy snack or appetizer or dessert. And then you're like, oh, what the heck, I've already blown it for the night, so I'll blow it tomorrow, and slippery slope. So just be very careful, be very conscientious. And if you're going to do that, write it down, make a plan, make an agreement, make a commitment. Next day, write back on your plan. Okay. It's a really good idea to eat your protein meal before you go to the party or the social event, so that you won't be tempted by all the hors d'oeuvres. And it's best if you can stay away from the food tables. You might want to take along a protein snack with you. It could be a bar or some chips of the good protein. Again, I highly recommend the Ideal Protein products. If you feel the need to snack it during the event, try to stay away from the food table. But if you are going to go around the food table, and unfortunately, people hover around food tables, and that's where a lot of the good conversation happens. Hit the veggies, don't do the dips, and try to have some salad, veggies, and stay away from the other stuff. If you're going to dinner at someone's home, you first of all, let's try to talk to them ahead of time. And again, you can say, I am on a supervised protocol for my health, and I have dietary restrictions. Most people will respect that. You can also offer to bring some things that you can eat. Bring a dish. That could be a salad. That could be a side like cauliflower mashed potatoes, or you could bring some lean meat, whatever you feel comfortable bringing. A nice veggie platter of the veggies you can have with maybe some Walden Farms dip. Because Walden Farms is a zero sugar, zero carbohydrates, zero fat product. You can use those dips. Even the cauliflower potato salad is a really nice side. So that's one strategy. And again, asking them to respect your dietary restrictions, completely fair. While having dinner, again, try to avoid extra fats, carbohydrates, and sugars. You want to stay with your proteins and your vegetables. Always eat your salad and your veggies first. So backing up a little bit, eat your protein before you go so that you won't be starving. And then when you get there, salad, veggies first, be drinking plenty of water, because that's going to help you feel more full, more sated than if you go in there starving, hungry, thirsty. Before you know it, you're eating something you shouldn't or eating way more than you should. Remember to eat slowly. You want to chew your food, don't gulp. And remember, you don't have to eat everything on your plate. You don't have to have the Clean Plate Club. So take small helpings. You don't have to eat everything on your plate. Chew, smell, taste, really enjoy that food, enjoy the meal. If you're eating out at a restaurant, you can not have the bread brought to the table. Just tell them, please don't bring any bread to the table. Perfectly appropriate. If you're at someone's home, you just have to keep passing it right on past you, okay? Sometimes when you go out with friends, again, we have the food pushers, we have the food saboteurs who are gonna sabotage your efforts. And sometimes if you're doing well and you're losing weight, people might get a little envious and they're like, oh, you've lost enough weight, you look great, you can eat, you can drink, it's not gonna kill you, you're fine. And that's really undermining what you're trying to do. And it might be because they want you to stick with them and be in the same place that they're at and not, there you are looking all good, losing all that weight. And sometimes people are uncomfortable with that. So you might have to make the choice that you're not going to go to some events with some people, okay? It just might be easier than if you go and you know that there's going to be too much temptation or too much pressure, and then it's not fun. This is only temporary. It's the holiday season, and you come out on the other side, how good you're going to feel, and maybe you'll just have stepped away from a few events. Doesn't mean there's not going to be plenty more times to get together with these friends at a later time. If you're going out to a restaurant, choose your restaurant carefully. You can look at the menus ahead of time. You can go to restaurants that are going to accommodate your dietary restrictions. So many more restaurants today are open to this. We have people that have to eat gluten-free or dairy-free, or they can't have peanuts. There's so many allergens out there that I think restaurants are more and more open and respectful of allergies. So you can say, I have a restriction to dairy. I cannot have any dairy. That means no butter on my vegetables. So do your research ahead of time. Look at the menus, and again, no bread at the table. Get a salad. Dressings can be a real problem at restaurants. They're usually really loaded with sugar, which is why they taste really good. So if you can have oil and vinegar, and we recommend the white vinegars. Often the restaurants only have balsamic, so that's kind of challenging. In that case, maybe just a little olive oil and some squeezed lemon on your salad can be good. Or again, the Walden Farms, they have individual packets, so you can take your own dressings, and that's perfectly fine. So back to the olive oil, a little bit of lemon, some salt and pepper. Make very tasty salad. So have your salad, order your vegetables. You can just make sure you tell them no butter, no salt. If possible, just steamed vegetables would be the way to go, and stick with your green vegetables. Stay away from the rooted vegetables, and you'll be okay there. And if you're going to get some meat, either get your chicken or your lean meat with, again, no dairy and no marinade, if possible, just plain baked or grilled, not fried. So study the menu carefully. Be assertive. You're paying for this meal, and you have a right to ask for what you want. As I mentioned before, most people will respect that. All the time, I'm like, I'd like a salad, please, and I'd like my dressing on the side. I will tell them if I'm looking at the salad and there's not many options, I'll be like, oh, there was a salad I was having today, and it was had mango on it. So I'm like, just hold the mango, please. And had everything else looked good and fine. So read your menus, advocate for yourself. Watch out for the salad dressings. Look out for low fat, because if it says low fat, typically it means it's got more sugar in it, because they put more sugar in it to make it taste good because they've taken the fat out. If it's possible, if you're getting a steak, maybe you can ask them, can you trim the fat off before you bring it to the table, please? Omit all your sauces. You can order half portions and take the other half home, or just have half, or split a portion with whoever you're with. That's perfectly appropriate. Again, stay away from the alcohol. Alcohol, a glass of wine could easily end up causing you to order dessert or to have that piece of bread. So avoid that. Also, eat your protein before you go to dinner so you won't be so hungry. Iced tea or sparkling water with a lime is delicious. And remember to eat slowly. Don't arrive ravenously hungry. You can order a la carte so that you don't get a bunch of stuff on your plate that you don't want. No potatoes. Choose your beverages wisely. Drink plenty of water. Water before you go out. Ask them what their serving sizes are, because you have a good idea of how much you'll be having. 6 to 8 ounces of a lean protein, 2 cups of vegetables. You really don't need more than that. So if you can, again, advocating, being knowledgeable, being aware. And let's see, I have a great handout that I'm going to send to all of you. It's called the Holiday Party Survival. It's going to look like this. Well, it's backwards image, but I'm going to send this to you. Before you go to the party, stay in control, make smart choices, and then your holiday weight loss will be a breeze. Drink lots of water. Oh, I meant to say hi. I've got Maria and Patricia. Well, hi, guys. Okay, make sure you guys comment and send me any questions if you have any, and I'll be happy to answer. Practice a positive mindset before you go into your event, whatever it is. Your negative thoughts and insecurities can really lead you to eating food for comfort. So we want to go into this, we're confident, we feel good about ourselves. We don't need to go into the food to comfort ourselves. And we're going to have a whole nother masterclass on emotional eating. No one has a perfect life. No one does. So try not to compare yourself to anybody else, and try not to fall into a negative mindset. Avoid the food stations, beware of the saboteur, eat mindfully, be social. This is about visiting with your friends and maybe your family. It's more about that than the food. So have fun. If they're doing some games and activities, jump in, have fun with that. It's okay to say no. No, thank you. I'm full. I'm on a restricted weight loss, or you don't want to say weight loss, probably. I have dietary restrictions right now, so I can't eat that, but thank you so much. Most people will be okay. If you have to leave early, okay? It's okay. Make the rounds, say hello to the friends that you want to say hello to, and then get out before you undo all of your plans. Know your meal plan before you go in. If you can, bring that ideal protein or your weight loss program food dish. Use a buddy to help you and support you. Eat before you go. Now here's a good one. Maybe weigh yourself before you go to the party. So if you're feeling good and you're down on that scale, you want to stay down on that scale. You go in there without motivation. Okay, I'm already down. I've lost this much. I'm not going to let one party ruin it for me. So after the party, just remember that the holidays can be a time when people overeat. If you do indulge in something that you didn't want to indulge in, or you did, but you didn't, don't shame yourself. Just get right back on track the next day. That's the most important thing. Just say, okay, that happened. It's over. It's behind me. Today is a new day. Jump right back on. Be ready for the next event. Bring your protein drinks with you. Bring a bar. Bring some chips, whatever you need to do to be prepared. So you go into it strong and you will be successful. So we've talked about a lot today, social occasions, how to navigate through for the holidays. I've given you a lot of good tips. I know you can do this. Again, I want to recap. You have picked your approach. Now you're going to plan for the social occasion. I always say awareness is the key to success, and planning on any weight loss program is essential. It's essential that you have a plan and then you stick to it. If you go in and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get in trouble. Next week, I am excited to be talking about the topic of mindfulness. And there are so many studies now showing us that if you are mindful while you're eating, it's going to make a big difference in your success. And we will talk about mindfulness next week. Next week, I am going to be doing some of those holiday drinks that will not sabotage your success. Yes, they are non-alcoholic, but they are holiday drinks. You can feel quite part of the party without sabotaging all of the work that you've been doing. So thank you for being part of this masterclass today. I know you guys have got this. You can do this. Tell yourself, I can do this. I've got this. Make that commitment with your coach, your accountability buddy, or say it to yourself in the mirror and write it down. This is how I'm going into this social occasion. Make a plan. You will be successful. You've got this. Have a fantastic week, and I will be talking to you next week.